Even though technically Objective-C is a statically typed language, it sneaks in more flexibility in typing through the use of the type ID. ID, as you'll remember, is like saying to be determined, or this object can be of any type. At runtime, a more specific type is determined. Delegates generally have type ID, as well as objects inside of arrays. When Swift is consuming Objective-C code, objects of type ID are given the type AnyObject. An object of type AnyObject can hold a variety of types. Although your code may work if you allow objects of type ID to be imported as objects of type AnyObject, it's not really in the spirit of Swift development to allow for such flexible types. Not to mention, AnyObject can leave you vulnerable to unrecognized selector errors when you're dealing with untyped arrays. Let's take a look at an example. Here's a backpack class written in Objective-C, and you can see it has a property called keys, which holds an NS-mutable array. This example project also has a class called key, which implements the method openDoor. Here's some Swift code that's using the backpack class. First, we instantiate a backpack, instantiate a key to represent our house key, and then add that key to the backpack. So far, so good. Now let's take the key out of the backpack and try to open the door. The code above compiles fine, but when we press run, we've got a problem. So let's go down to the console and see if we can see what's going on. We have to scroll up to the top. Okay, what have we got? Unrecognized selector sent to instance and a bunch of numbers. What's this about a string? If we look again at the backpack class, we can see, okay, the first object in the array is an API key, so it doesn't implement the method openDoor. openDoor is the unrecognized selector.